Okay, everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to update a rental, short-term rental agreement on Docusign. The first thing we need to do is we need to log into Docusign, which I've already done. Now we're going to select templates, and I'm going to pull up, search for the template that I want to edit. In this case, I'm going to search for JCS, enter, and it pulls up all of the rental agreements for JCS Farms. When we update rental agreements, there's two that need to be updated. One that is just rental agreement only, and then the other one that has it's consolidated the rental agreement with the car registration. So we need to update both of those. I'm going to go to edit. And then I'm going to upload to desktop because I saved it in my downloads actually. What I did was I created a PDF. So I converted it into PDF from my Google Docs. And now it got saved in my downloads folder. And I'm going to pull it up from my downloads folder. So here it is, JCS Farms Guest Rental. This is the most updated one that I want to replace. So I'm going to open that up. And it's going to show here. I like to organize it so that this is right after the old one. So here's the old one. I know that because it has 8 pages, and the new one actually has 10 because I added extra several addendums to it. So I know it has more pages. After that, I'm going to click next. And what I'm going to do is at the top, as you scroll, you're going to see the previous rental agreement. So I'm going to actually, instead of going in and having to create all of these different fields over again, there's a neat little trick. And I'm going to zoom it down so that I can actually be able to select the whole page. So I changed it to 100% instead of like 148 that it started with. And then I just click and select all of the fields on the one page here. And it selects every single field. I'm going to do a command copy or control C to copy all of these fields, control C or command C. And then I'm going to scroll down and find the page from my new rental agreement that I need to create all those fields for. So that would be this page right here. This is the exact same page that I just copied all of those fields. And make sure I click on this page so that's selected. And then I'm going to command or control V to paste it. And there you go. It pasted all of the fields that I need without me having to spend a half an hour creating all of these fields and adding them. So, and it will copy over all of the details that are also associated with the fields. Like if you have any kind of tooltip that you included on each of these fields, or if one of those fields is like required and others are optional, all of that information that pertains to that field has been copied over, and it's pasted onto your new page, so you don't have to recreate that again. So I'm going to go back up. The next one, I essentially just go through every single page that has fields that were created from the old rental agreement, and just copy it over into the new rental agreement. And I do the same thing here where I click at the corner, just make sure that I select all of the fields that pertain to that page. And you'll see that it's all highlighted. And I'm going to command C to copy it and scroll down and find the exact same page on my new rental agreement where I can paste those fields in. So here's that page from the old rental agreement that had all the fields in it. Now I'm going to command or control V, depending on whether you have a Mac or a PC, and that will just paste it. Now, sometimes, for some reason, this one, it was great that it just kind of pasted it right where I needed it to be pasted. But there are times when you'll hit paste and you'll notice that it's off. you'll notice that it pastes it down here. So instead of having, you know, this up here, so you can initial it and all of the fields corresponding to the right fields on this new page, it kind of pastes it weird. So what you do is don't touch anything. You know, everything, just leave it highlighted. But even if you don't leave it highlighted and oops, I touched something, you can still go in and make sure that you highlight all of these fields together. And then you can move them all together and they should match up to the fields because it's the same page. So you can click on one of those fields, just like I did here. Make sure that you have the finger, because if you click here, it's not going to move anything. So select everything, then, you know, find the finger by selecting one of these. I'm just going to use this one because it's like the top corner. And I'm going to move it up to the field that it needs to sit on. And I'm just looking like over at the guest and the owner field, making sure that, you know, it's moving, shifting it to the left or the right to make sure that it's on the line and it's, you know, positioned correctly for the most part. I mean, you don't have to be perfect, but so see here, I see that here, this text here is kind of like this line goes through the text, and so does this one. So I want to, and this one too. So I want to move it. I'm going to move up a little bit more so that it will be on the line, just like that. Maybe shift it over a little bit to the left, and voila, there you go. That has been pasted, and now there's just one more that I need to paste from the old rental agreement, and it's this page here where you have the rental period check-in. I'm going to select that and copy it by hitting Command or Control C, finding that field in my new rental agreement. Here it is, and clicking on that page to make sure that I selected that page, and then Command or Control C to paste it. And it pasted it right in the correct spot. So I don't need to move it at all. Click on it to keep it there. And then the last thing I need to do is I go to the first page, and there's no reason for me to go all the way up to the first page and just copy and paste the name. What I can do is I can just click on name, make sure guest, because this is the guest name. So make sure that you have guest selected here. You're going to click on the name, and then you're going to just move that field over and kind of position it so that it's hovering over that name field. And then there you go. Now what I do is I go back and I'll see all of the documents that are on this Docusign. 8 pages, 10 pages. This is the old one, so I'm going to delete the old one. On the new one, I'm going to go to next, and I want to double check to make sure all of my fields have the right information. So this is the guest name, that's correct. Here are all, this is what the guest has to fill in. And I want to make sure that the positioning is correct for the most part as well. And that looks good to me. Here is where the guest coordinator will enter in the rental period. And that has the field created for that. And then there's probably one other page, which is the last page, the signature page. And we can check here that all of these fields are positioned correctly, and it looks good to go. Then all you do then is you're going to hit save and close, and it will save your rental agreement. And you should be then good to go. You'll see here last change, September 27, 2023. That is today, and the time is just like, 30 seconds ago. So I know that I've updated this. Now this one here, I need to update still because the last time we touched this was in July of 2023. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, but I will stop the recording now because I've taken you through the whole process. So you're going to do the exact same thing for the rental agreement only. And then for any other rentals that you need to update for short-term rentals. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and I'm happy to answer them. Have a good day.